Welcome to Between Both Cheeks, the podcast where we talk business, beauty, and butts. We'll be stripping down the aesthetics industry, whether you're here for spicy beauty tips, savvy business advice, or just a little banter. We've got you covered from front to back. So pull up a cheek and get ready to discover what happens between both cheeks.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Rebel Show. Today, I have a special guest, Luba from Bright, here with me. I'm so excited that we actually were able to connect here in Miami. We're currently at the ICES trade show here. I was a speaker. Luba had a booth. And did you do a workshop as well?
Yeah, we did too.
Awesome. Yeah, you're like the workshop queen.
Oh my God.
If you guys haven't gone to one of her workshops for Bright, oh my gosh, you guys have to check it out. They're so much fun. I just love the energy you guys bring to everything. But anyways, welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's get into it. I first want to hear a little bit of your background on how you even came up with Bright, what the mission with Bright is, and how you came up with it.
So I actually used to own waxing salons.
Okay.
And I was reception because I'm not an esthetician. A lot of people think that I am an esthetician, but I'm not. And as people were leaving, they were asking about, like, do you have anything for like discoloration down there, and what's going on with this? And, why am I not normal? Because we gave them a safe place to have these conversations. Yes. So I created my own brand and I used it in-house for our products and our services. And then when I got diagnosed with breast cancer in 2020, I decided to reevaluate life, sell my waxing salons, and bring Bright to the market, to the beauty industry, to the professionals.
Yeah, I love that, how there's like a theme with really successful brands of like solving your own problem first. And oftentimes, though, when we have a problem, others have it as well. So I love that. That's how you came up with that. As we're filming this, we're in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I love how your brand really does bring awareness to that. You generally just make everyone feel welcome and like beautiful and embraced. And I think that's really beautiful about your brand. It's admirable for sure. My next question would be, and this actually kind of comes off of that post that you commented on the other day of just like the hardships and challenges of entrepreneurship. It can be a lonely road, right? It can be really difficult. So what's one of the biggest challenges, especially at the beginning stages of developing Bright? Is it that you came across, and like, how did you get through it?
I think every day is, you have hardship as an entrepreneur. And I always say this, and I say this in my speaking engagements, is entrepreneurship is the loneliest place in the world. Yeah. Everyone wants to be their own boss, and that sounds very cool, and it's the thing to do. It is the loneliest place in the world ever. You have no one to talk to. If you have a team, if you're lucky enough to have a team, they have one another to talk to, right? If they're going to bitch about me, then they can go, talk to each other about that. But you have no one. And, even if you do have a partner that's involved in the business, sorry. Sometimes they don't even understand fully on what you're going through, right? How do you get through it? I think it just takes a certain someone that gets through it. Like, it's you sink or swim as an entrepreneur, right? For sure.
Do you feel like that's something that people can develop, or that is naturally already like instilled within them?
Oh, that's a good question. I think you're born with it. Like, I think it's like a fire in your belly. I come from corporate, right? And I was constantly told with the marketing that I did for the country that you're too much. Yeah. You're too much. Pull back. This is, we've never done this before. Let the competition do it first. Then let's see if it works. And I was like, we're in beauty. You're dead in the water if you're not first to market. Yes. My numbers show that this is working. So why am I pulling back? I didn't ever follow the rules. Yeah. Right. So I get to set them now. Yeah. If you're going to tell me that I'm too much, that's fine. It's my company. Move on. I don't want you as a customer.
Go find less.
Legit. Like, guac is extra.
Right. Yes. Oh my God.
So yeah, I think you're born with that as an entrepreneur.
I totally agree. It is exactly what you said. It's that fire in your belly. It's like, and if you have that drive, like, you will stop at nothing to make it.
And you're willing to lose everything to make it happen. Absolutely. Like, you risk everything.
Yeah, and we truly do. So, okay, so you mentioned it being a lonely path, which I've experienced that as well. But I've noticed with hiring like my coach and mentor, it's been a little bit less of that. There's someone to go to that you can talk about those things, that understand. Have you ever had a mentor in your life, or hired a coach, or done anything like that when developing Bright?
Not when I was like when I was in corporate, I definitely had like people that I looked up to, and I would ask questions, and I would ask to take them for dinner to like pick their brain and stuff. They were mostly entrepreneurs. I've never hired a coach. I listen to like a lot of motivational stuff. I read a lot of books about like business and yeah, but I don't know. I've never hired a coach. And I totally forgot the question. Hold on. What did you ask?
No, I was just wondering if you ever had a mentor in your life, really. Not even necessarily like to hire, but someone that kind of took you under their wing and you were able to kind of lean on in hard times.
In my corporate life, I think a lot of people, I was very young when I started too. I was like the youngest in the office. I was a woman, which was very, very difficult. I was the only one that didn't have a degree, and it was required that you had a degree to work at the corporate office. So I definitely had people that kind of coached and guided me. I don't know if they actually knew that they were a mentor to me, but they were. In this industry, in like the aesthetics beauty industry, I have connected with people like you that you can just literally call sometimes and just rant, right? And that's really like the only person that you can like, you can do that with. So there's been some really great people in the industry that are also entrepreneurs that feel the same thing that we do, right? Like there's no one to talk to. I can't talk to my team about this. What do you think about this? How do you feel about that? So, and I feel that, collaboration and that mentorship, we have mentorship for one another in the industry with specific people. I mean, I look at, for example, the collaboration, like we use your mats in all of our demos. Right.
And I'm so grateful.
We're grateful. Cool. Right. So like this is what the industry needs to be about.
Definitely.
And we have to, it'd be nice not to be lonely and to be able to have that collaboration and that support.
I think it's something we should work on, like a mastermind for us. Like, we need that. I'm excited to I feel like I'm finally kind of finding my people within the industry, because you also never fully know who to like trust, and I've been burnt quite a few times.
Other topic. And let's just say that we are in the beauty industry, but it is very ugly on the inside.
Oh yeah. I got like chills on that. It's true. It really can be. And I came in very naive and like really trusted everyone up front and gave way too much, whether it was my time or information. But I also kind of had to learn that the hard way. And then for me, I'm just looking like, okay, I'm never going to be that person to like someone else either. It's like leading with value, authenticity, and just like doing the right thing. But like attracts like, so we end up finding our people eventually.
And karma always catches up with the other ones.
Yes, it does. It sure does. You reap what you sow, both positive and negative. So, well, I'm glad that we've connected, and Becca's also been so helpful and great, like with the trade shows and everything. You guys are like the OGs of the trade shows. We were just so lost our first one, and I was really grateful we ended up being right next to you guys. And
I think it's hilarious when people say that, because like we're still learning every day. We're still learning every trade show. We try to get better each time. So for you to say that, it's huge, because we're like, no, we're still learning. But if I can offer help with something like that, I mean, I remember my very first trade show where I was like, oh my God, I think I made like $462. And then we were packing up, and one of the companies that like move you out, they were like, you can't move out yet. And I said, why not? They're like, well, you have to pay your handling bill. I was like, what's a handling bill? And I went downstairs, it was $1,500 or something. And I was like, oh my God, I was so happy that like I made a profit of like 400 and some, and now I'm in the hole.
That happened to us with Vegas. Oh my gosh. And with having wax, it's like, because they charge by the weight.
Yes.
Our bill was huge. It was so crazy. I feel like just with trade shows though, every time you feel like you figured it out, something changes. So like it's just always but that's part of entrepreneurship too, right? It's like we were talking earlier, we're firefighters. We're just constantly putting fires out. I want a pink fireman hat, and I'm just gonna put that on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every morning. So a lot of times as an entrepreneur too, we have to make personal sacrifices. Is there any big personal sacrifices that you had to make in order to create what you've created now?
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Like I've missed birthdays, I've missed anniversaries, I've missed weddings. Big ones. But in the long run, I know what life will look like for me, and that's the goal at the end of the day, that I can take time off, or take someone for dinner, or take someone on vacation, or whatever that looks like that will all pay off in the end. But again, I think it goes back to anyone that wants to be their boss. Like, it is not about I'm going to be there for every birthday of my child or my best friend's wedding or whatever that looks like. It's saying I'm not going to be able to be at your wedding because I have a show, or I can't be at your wedding because I have a speaking engagement, or I can't be at your birthday because of this, and being okay to do that and having the people understand that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's when you really figure out like who is in your corner and who's just riding in the limo because it's running. But when it breaks down, who's going to be there to push it?
Yep. Oh my gosh, 100%. So have you gone through any of that with friends and family that you had before becoming an entrepreneur? Because Bright was your first like journey of entrepreneurship, right? Or
no, my waxing salons were.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So in that, with building that and having to like have those no's and missing the events, did you kind of go through that transition with some friends and family that kind of dropped off?
I lost my entire circle of friends when I left corporate and went into entrepreneurship, because all of a sudden I wasn't making a big salary. I couldn't, travel like I was traveling before. I couldn't, go out for drinks or dinner and just be like, oh, put on my credit card. It's fine, because I literally put everything that I had. I mortgaged my condo to invest in this business. I was sleeping in my car when I was building Vegas, because I'm not an American citizen, and no one would rent me or lease me an apartment because I didn't have a social security number. So I lost all of those friends. I shouldn't say I lost them. I just, they were removed from my life because they're not supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
But I found better people to be in my life. I'm in a better place. And like, was it sad at the moment? Yeah. Because again, entrepreneurship is the loneliest place in the world. And then you go from a place of like, I don't know if this is going to work, and I have no one to talk to. And now I've lost my entire friend group. But it also really showed me like they were just around for the good times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like you mentioned earlier, like it's not, people think it's so sexy and stuff. And it's really how to be successful though, is doing the unsexy things day in and day out, even when no one's looking and there's no one there to applaud you. But what advice would you have for a new entrepreneur? Most of my audience is going to be girls that are newly going solo or aspire to. Yeah. So what advice would you have for them when embarking on this journey of entrepreneurship?
So it's so funny, because I talked about this with a couple women today. My best advice is work for someone else. Work for someone else. Be fully transparent that you want to have your own business.
Yes, I like
So number one, if you're going to work for a boss that's like, no, I don't want to hire you because you're going to open up your own business, you're going to steal, blah, 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 whatever that looks like. They're not the person you want to work for.
Yeah.
Go in, be transparent. This is my goal. I want to have my own suite, my own salon, whatever that looks like. I want to come work for you. Then you need to put in the time. And this new generation that wants to be paid for everything with no experience needs to pull their head out of their ass.
Yes.
And start working for free. And I know you're going to get the worst comments from this.
Yeah.
Start working for free, because education is not free. And what you can learn from an entrepreneur about business can literally save your business when you go into business for yourself.
Yeah.
So have it be a transparent conversation on both ends. I want to open up my own business and I want to learn everything from you. Both parties win.
Yes.
I would rather have an employee for 2 years and get them to do 110% of the work than having someone that's showing up giving me 20% and then losing them after 2 years because, they want to open up their own business, because I want them to be successful as well.
Yep.
Right. And those people that are like, I'm not sure, I just want to open up my own business. I would say like, I don't know, I think it's a high number, 85, 90, 95% fail, because it's not easy and it's not sexy. Yeah. And you have to miss all the holidays and you have to put in the work and the grit and all that. And you don't know that unless you can learn it from someone.
Yeah, I love that.
So work for free, be transparent, be on the same page. And I'm not saying like work for free, like, you're going to get your hourly rate or whatever, but like the extra stuff on like, how do you send an invoice? How do you pack an order? How do you receive an order? That stuff you need to be able to do for free to learn. Yeah. One of my best estheticians that I had, she went, before she worked for me, first person that I hired in Vegas, she went and found who did the best Brazilians in Vegas at that time and worked under this woman for free. Yeah. And she was super successful, right? She put in the time. It was the education. Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree 110%. And I just see everyone complaining all the time, especially like the European wax. And I know there's things about it. Like I get it, but it's like you're in essence, you're actually getting paid to learn at some of these places.
100%.
But when you can find someone, it's the transparency, because now I see it from both sides now. Like as a business owner, it doesn't feel good to have someone come in, you pour in all this time and energy into them and then 3 months later they're hitting the road and they're trying to, regurgitate your training or whatever it is. But having that transparent conversation, that's huge. I think a lot of people are nervous to have that conversation.
For sure. But this is what we have to change in the industry, 100%. Right? Communication is key. And right? It's like dating, right? I mean, I don't know, but like having the first conversation on like, what do you want out of this? Mm-hmm. It's no different. A relationship at work or a personal relationship is no different. Yeah. What can I bring to the table on both ends? Yeah. This is what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's solid advice. You guys take that advice. So one thing I really admire too is your team and your culture. Like your team seems pretty solid. I'm sure you've gone through a lot of heartache with that too, because people, working with people can be fun. But what do you equate to the success of building like such a strong team and culture and people that seem just like super loyal and like on fire for your brand?
Hire for attitude and train for skill.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
So that's a big thing with me. I learned a lot having the waxing salons, especially, not being an esthetician. There were several times where I was like put into a corner where I had to keep someone or else like my salon didn't make money. I couldn't jump into the treatment room. And I remember making myself a promise that I will never be compromised or put in a position like that again. Setting clear boundaries that like I will be respected and the brand will be respected. And this is the way that I want to run my company. And if you're not part of that, you're out. Like I might look like really fun on the outside. And I think I'm a fun person overall, but this is still a business. This is my livelihood. I've put everything into it. So if you don't like the rules or the culture or how we do things, then let's part ways and let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah. This is something I've been learning is because it's pretty new to us hiring people. And I think at first I was really hiring for the skill, but that can all be trained and taught. Yeah. You can't train a positive, good attitude. No. So that's huge. But I think we all kind of have to go through that at first really learn that lesson. It's difficult. So to kind of wrap this up, and I really appreciate your time with this. I feel like I could sit here and talk to you for hours, but we'll have to do a part 2 to this.
Part 2 with wine.
Yes, with wine. Red or white wine? What's your thing?
White.
White? Yeah. I'm red.
Okay. Bottle each.
Yin and yang. It's perfect. So what's your future goals and visions, or is there any special projects or anything you want to share with us that you have envisioned for Bright?
So we have a new product that's launching in the summer. Ooh. And future goals is world domination, baby.
I love that. That's what we always say. We're like, we want to become the global, like, #1 like wax brand. That's amazing. Yeah. And by the way, I love the face cloths.
Oh, thank you.
I love all the gifts that you guys always give. It's so nice.
Well, we appreciate the collaboration. We love the mats.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, their branding colors are teal, so you got teal mats. And if you ever need more, like, just let me know. You guys get free mats for life.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, but thank you so much again for being on. I hope you guys got tons of value from Luba. If you're not following her, please do. Can you share where they can find you?
Yeah, so everything is Brighten Up. So www.brightenup.com, Brighten Up on YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. Is it Twitter? Is it X? Was it what?
I think it's X now.
Everywhere we are Brighten Up.
Brighten Up. Awesome. And we'll have it linked in the description below for you guys as well. And thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, all the YouTube things, and we'll see you back next week.